Moderator, put in the chat box whether you can hear my voice. I don't know what it is that I can't see. It's crazy. Moderator, put number 1 in the box if you can hear my voice. Oh well. We're gonna give a few more minutes for some more of the members to jump on the stream. If not, we will be getting started very shortly. Regardless. 2 more minutes, we'll be starting, folks. About to get started, folks. I'm not certain who's on the stream since nobody responded to me. Moderator, if you can hear me, put a number 1 in the chat box to let me know you can hear my voice. Going once, going twice, we are gone. Good evening, folks. Welcome to another stream of Let's Talk About It. I am your host, Charles Chambliss. I'm very excited to bring the stream to you tonight. Shout out to all the soldiers that see the stream after it's finished. Again, like I said earlier in the stream I said yesterday, you can lead a horse to water, but you certainly can't make him drink. Guys, this is your channel. This is the men's channel. So, salute to you, those of you that take the time out of your extremely busy schedule to watch the replay. I thank you for your time. But we go on anyway, as usual. We build it as we fly. Again, this is another stream of Let's Talk About It. I'm your host, Charles Chambers. We have a subject tonight that I want to deal with in talking to men to inspire us to go further than what we may have gone in previous times or even up to this point. You know how many promises that most of us make to ourselves. We make promises to ourselves all the time about what we're going to do, what we're going to change, what we're going to fix, what we're going to stop doing. This is the things that men do because, like every human being on the earth, we develop what's called bad habits. These bad habits over time leads to a lifestyle. They lead to a lifestyle. And once it morphs into a lifestyle, it becomes extremely difficult to pull away from it because the bad habits become a part of who you are. That's the most difficult part about a habit. It could be extremely negative in one respect and extremely positive in another. So what do we do to create positive habits, good habits, habits that benefit us in the best way? It comes by being consistent about something that we decide to do to the benefit of ourselves as opposed to the benefit of others, You may have, a lot of times, a lot of our habits are associated with the people we hang with. They're associated with the people we hang with. They're associated with the people we work with. And in some cases, they're associated with the people that we live with. So you're kind of fighting on three fronts. How do you overcome that? Is you fight each front one at a time. Don't try to fight them all at the same time because you'll become overwhelmed. And in the end, you'll end up losing. Not only that, but you'll end up giving up on your objective. And what is your objective? It's the subject title tonight. Decide to make the next 3 months your transformation period to become the best version of yourself. You don't know what the best version of yourself is if you've never embarked upon this mission. If you've never decided to do this before, you really don't know what the best version of yourself is. If you've been living in bad habits, bad behavior, kind of skating through life as if it was carefree, you know what I mean? If that's been you, and all of us have done that, guys, I'm gonna tell you, all of us have done that. The only problem with doing that is that we lose time and we lose years. So for those of you that have experienced those kind of behaviors where you found yourself losing time and losing years with bad behavior, bad attitudes, bad habits, hanging around the wrong people. You have some friends, guys, that are only willing to deal with you. For those of you that drink, you got friends that are only willing to deal with you if you drink. In addition to that, you have friends of yours that only are willing to deal with you if, in fact, you smoke. And I'm going to use smoking in a broad spectrum. Smoking of any kind. You got friends, or I should say so-called friends, associates, who are only willing to deal with you if you smoke. You have friends of yours that are willing to deal with you if you're willing to be dysfunctional in the public. Right? And they'll watch you in your dysfunction and yet still call you their friend and never tell you what you need to do or what you should do to turn your life around. The reason why I said that, and I know some of you may say, well, if that's my friend, then how can he give me good advice? I'm glad you asked that question, because I can remember and I can recall, and many of you that are my age, you can remember when we were youngsters. If we went on the block, walking around on the block, just kind of wandering, a bunch of kids walking. If we came upon a group of men that were standing on the corner, doing whatever they were doing, they were much older than us. If we tried to stand there for a while just to be out of curiosity to see what they were doing, they would run us along. And they would say, "Little ninja, take your behind home, man. This is no place for you. There's grown folks over here." You can remember when you were in your home with your relatives. If you came into a room and they were playing cards or they were playing dominoes, you remember your relatives running you out of the room or shooing you away upstairs into your bedroom, telling you you don't come around grown folks, right? What were they doing? What were they doing? They were trying to protect you from being exposed to behavior that they felt would have been negative to you, right? Well, this is what it's all about, guys. When you decide to make the next 3 months, as it reads in the title, the months of your transformation period, to become the best version of yourself, it's going to require you to break away, to cut the umbilical cord, to sever the ties of those that have gotten in the way for however many years, whether it was 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 10, 20, or even 30 years. It doesn't matter. As long as you are able, by the grace of God, to wake up and still have breath in your lungs, you still have time to change the trajectory or the direction of where your life is going, however short or however long. I mean, the objective is to turn the next 3 months. This is September. Tomorrow's the 1st, right? September, October, November, December, right? By the end of the year, around the end of December, you could be in such a better place, health-wise. You can be in such a better place, guys, men, mentally, emotionally, physically, so that you can bring in 2023 much stronger, much more confident, much more assertive, much more inspired than you were when 2022 came in. Every year we make New Year's resolutions, of which most of us lie. Am I right? Most of us make New Year's resolutions that we never actually keep. We never actually keep them. It sounds like a good idea on December 31st, right? It's funny how when January 1st comes, after we finish drinking the night of December 31st, or smoking the night of December 31st, or partying into the wee hours of the morning of December 31st into January the 1st, it's funny how we still expect to keep a resolution that we made the night before. It's impossible. You can't do it. You know? How can you keep a resolution that you intend to keep when just in less than 24 hours you were doing everything that you said you weren't going to do? That's why the stream is titled, Decide to Make the Next 3 Months Your Transformation Period, to become the best version of yourself. That's giving you a little bit of cushion. And that cushion that I'm trying to give in this stream to you, men, is a cushion to help you win. To help you win. See, if I had said, you know, make the next 30 days your transformation period, then maybe you would have done it for 3 weeks. You would have never gotten to December. So I'll tell you this challenge for the men that are serious about making the transformation. For the men that are serious about making the transformation, this is for you. Many of you will start and you may not finish, or you may quit. Don't beat yourself up. If you do, you know what you do, man? Just stop. As they say, relax, release, right? And then restart all over again. Wherever you fell, start all over again. You know? I know you can do it. Regardless of what anyone may say around you, when they see you attempting to make the transformation, just ignore the noise. You know, ignore the noise. Do like that. You know when your ear is itching and it feels like something's inside your ear, just kind of like, you know, just put your finger in your ear and get the itch, because the itch is the noise. You would be surprised how many people don't want to see you win, man. They really don't want to see you win. And they don't want to see you change. They don't want to see you transform into a better version of yourself. And I'll tell you something to protect your mind and to protect your heart when this happens. You may find that the very people that you care about the most, when you attempt to make the change of transforming yourself into the best version of yourself, you got many people that'll sit there like this, saying to themselves, I wonder when he is going to come back. The minute you decide to change, you have people right around you that are anticipating your failure in your transformation to become the best version of yourself. You have people betting on you failing. They're betting on that you won't succeed in your decision to transform. And I want to say this to some of the soldiers, man. Let me say this to you, brothers. I know some of you have some close friends that you feel, you know, you feel pretty dear to. They're your homeboys, right? They're your day ones. I want to tell you something about your day ones. And I want to tell you something about your best friends. I'm in my 50s. In fact, God willing, I'll be 54 years old September the 29th of this year. 54. For those of you that are much younger than I am, I want to give you some daddy education. If you're young enough to be my son, I want to tell you something that perhaps you were not told. Let me tell you something about your day ones. All of us had day ones. I did, and everybody else that I know. Let me tell you something about your day ones. Your day ones are just what they're called. Your day ones. Your day ones never finish with you when you decide to transform yourself, to become the better version of yourself. Your day ones remain right where they are as a day one. They never finish to the end of the finish line with you. It's okay. You don't have to be mad at anybody. You don't have to be angry at anybody. You don't have to be upset with anybody. You don't have to resent anybody. You don't have to do any of that. All you need to do is be determined to become the best version of yourself. That's all you need to do. Become the best version of yourself. Don't get disappointed. Don't get discouraged when you find that the closest family members are not encouraging you to become the best version of yourself. Don't get discouraged, man. Don't get discouraged. And don't quit. The urge to quit is going to be so strong. How do I know that? Because I am you, man. I'm you. Like I said in the stream last night, I am you. When I talk to my brothers, the men, I talk to you like this, with one finger out, pointing at you, and one thumb pointing back at myself. We are the same, man. We experience the same issues. We have experienced, and we are experiencing, in a lot of cases, the same trials, the same tribulations, the same setbacks, the same weaknesses. But like brothers, we reach down and pull each other up. That's what we do, so that we can become the best version of ourselves. That way we can get the best, we can get the outcomes that we say we want. We think about the outcomes that we say we want. Many of us are very angry because we have not been able to achieve the outcomes that we say we want up to this point. You know, I said something last night, hope deferred maketh the heart sick. And that's a very true statement. Whenever you hope for something and it doesn't happen, you get sicker each time that it falters. Each time your hope in something that you desire to do or desire to achieve, every time it falters, you get sicker and sicker and sicker and sicker. What I want you to do, man, and what I'm cheering for you to do, and I want you to cheer for me as well, because we're in this thing together, man. I want you to make a promise to yourself that no matter what happens, I have 90 days, man. Don't stretch it over a year. Put it in small clumps. Any goal that's worth achieving, if you intend to give yourself the best options of succeeding, the best opportunity to succeed, is to take your goal and break it down into small clumps. So what do? If you have 12 months in a year, the advice that you'd get from any life coach or any goal setting coach, they'll tell you to break your goals down into quarters. Meaning, the first quarter, what do you want to be? The second quarter, what do you want to be? The third quarter, what do you want to be? Right? And then the last quarter, which is from September to December. Right? Where do you want to be? Because in December is where you finish. But since this is August, the last day in August, in fact, August 31st, I know that I'm considering this the first quarter. Can you imagine? I want you to imagine it in your head. What you could look like. What you would feel like. How much confidence would you have in yourself to do anything that you want to do if you could successfully complete 90 days. 90 days of simply trying to transform yourself to become the best version of yourself. It only takes 30 days of consistent activity. Scientists have already proven it. This is water. This is something you also want to start doing more. Drinking a lot of water. You know? Science has already proven that in 90 days, if you do, 30 days, if you do anything consistently within 30 days, you create new habits. Now, what do you need to do, and what would I suggest in those 30 days? Find something that you can come to enjoy, that you could replace bad habits within those 30 days. And here's what you do. Become consistent with doing it. No matter how you feel, no matter how tired you are, no matter how much you don't want to do it, no matter what kind of plans you have, if you have a schedule where you want to do 100 push-ups at 8 o'clock and your friend shows up at 10 minutes to the time that you are starting your workout, he gotta wait, man. He gotta wait, or he gotta leave. See, because you transforming yourself into the best version of yourself is more important than anything and anybody that comes in front of you keeping your goal. That's what this stream is about tonight. Decide to make the next 3 months, guys, your transformation period. Become the best version of yourself. All right? Now, to build a good habit, you need an excellent plan of action, motivation, a routine. Otherwise, it is nearly impossible, brothers. In the real world, it's nearly impossible if you don't. When you repeat a habit, like I said previously, for 30 days consistently for a long period of time, then it automatically becomes a habit. Create the environment wherever you live. If you have weights in your home, use it. You can do push-ups on your floor, man. You can do dips on your chair. You know how you put your hands behind the chair and you do some exercises that way, right? You can do sit-ups, leg lifts. You can do things like that. All of this is about getting your body in condition. Then start eating right. You know what I mean? Try to fall away from the fried chicken. I know, listen, I'm with you, man. I love fried chicken. I'm telling you. And fried chicken without hot sauce don't make any sense. It's almost disrespectful to fried chicken not to have hot sauce. So I'm with you there. But if we want to become the best versions of ourselves, we have to get to a point where we can put away the things we actually like to do. Create new habits, new eating habits, new daily regimens and routines that feed the goal that we're setting for the next 90 days. Guys, and that is to become the best versions of ourselves. Make these 3 months your 3 months of transformation to where you become the best versions of yourself. All right? This is what you want to do. Again, you want to create an environment for yourself to win. Create an environment, whether it's inside your home or whether you have to go to a gym of your choice to create the environment or have the environment for you to win. But you can't be lazy. I'm going to tell you that right now. You cannot be lazy within these 90 days. You're going to have to push yourself. You're going to have to force yourself to do what you have not been doing up to this point. You have to remove yourself from toxic association, guys, including your significant other. You're also going to have to learn how to put your fingers in your ears with your significant other. When you start to make these decisions and make these different moves and start creating these different habits, when you start hearing things like, oh, why are you going to the gym now? Who you meeting at the gym now? What's this all about? Why are you doing this? Well, I'm going to give you a tip. It's a real simple tip. You ready? Walk the hell out and still go to the gym without explanation and continue doing for the next 90 days the process of transforming yourself into the best version of yourself. You know, do that. Old friends, like I said earlier, Well, all of a sudden, when you begin to do this, I'm just helping you to prepare yourself for what's going to come when you decide. Old friends, I'm talking old friends. I'm talking about so-called associates or friends that you haven't seen in a long period of time, man. They're going to knock on your door all of a sudden. Hello? Who is it? As soon as you look through the peephole, you're going to be like, what the hell? I ain't seen this joker in 6 months. I ain't seen this joker in 1 year. I ain't seen this joker in a year and a half. And all of a sudden, they're going to be knocking on your door or ringing your doorbell. The forces that come against you when you decide to make a decision to transform yourself, guys, to become now the best version of yourself and put away old, bad, negative habits that have done nothing for you except get you closer and closer and closer and closer to the grave. Those same habits that you put away, the associates and the friends, and I put that in quotes, are going to start to emerge out of nowhere. Before that, you heard nothing from them. They didn't call you. They didn't come. They didn't knock. They didn't ring the doorbell. Nothing. All of a sudden, just like that, when you decide that, you know what? I can do better than where I'm at right now. I can be better than where I'm at right now. I can feel better than how I feel right now. I don't care how old you are. I don't care if you're in your early 20s to your early 30s to mid 30s, early 40s to mid 40s, or whether you're in my age bracket. And I'm really 1 year away from my mid 50s. It doesn't matter. All you need is a decision. That's it. Just like that. With some determination, with some prayer, and with some consistency and determination to get the job done within the next 90 days, man. I believe that all of you can do it. I believe it. I'm cheering for you, man. And I want you to cheer for me, because I'm going to do this with you. I'm going to do this with you. So, hey, man, you got me on your side. I'm right here for you, man. Again, like I said, everybody does not want to see you win, man. You have to develop new routines to replace old routines. And when you first begin to do it, I want to say this too. It's going to feel lonely at first. It's going to feel lonely at first, man. When you begin to do it, you're going to find that nobody's really, like I said, rooting for you. I'm going to give you a tip. If you really have no one within your immediate circle that's in support of your decision to transform into the best version of yourself, then you have to find others who are also on the road of transformation to become the best versions of themselves. And then you guys link up. And I'll tell you something, man. There's nothing like guys getting together, man. You know, who are all on a mission to get their health together. There's nothing like it. There's nothing like linking up with guys, man, that decide, you know what? I don't want to smoke anymore. I don't want to drink anymore. It's nothing like getting with guys that have bad habits. Maybe they drank, maybe they smoked, maybe they did drugs, but they decided, you know what? I'm done with that. There's nothing like it. You know, there's a euphoria that comes over you as a man when you get linked up with other men. And I know some of you know exactly what I'm talking about. There's nothing like being in the gym and you got a spotter behind you and you don't think you can lift that weight. And the guy behind you is saying, man, get it up, man. Pick that damn weight up, man. Stop being a punk, man. Pick it up. And he's pushing you and pushing you and pushing you. And then you lift it, and you're lifting a weight that you had not lifted before. It might have been 5 pounds more. It may have been 10 pounds more. It doesn't matter. The fact that you did more than what you had done previously, and you completed it, you successfully did it, that the feeling that you get of accomplishing it cannot be matched at all. It's better than sex. It's better than any applause you can get from anyone else, because you physically did it yourself at a point where you didn't believe you could. That's what this stream is about, guys. Decide to make the next 3 months your transformation period. Become the best version of yourself. You know? Become that guy that every young lady or every woman is desirous of. Yeah. Become that guy. You can do it, man. You got 90 days. Let's do it together. And when the 90 days is up, I will do a special stream. I want to see some before and after photos. I will be back in touch with you within the 90 days to let you know what platform to post those photos, man. Starting from now up until December 1st. December 1st. Whatever day that falls on. We want to post up before and after shots. All right? So we can see our progress, you know what I mean? You know? And that way you know in 2023 will never be like 2022 was. That's my word for you guys. Men's Week is, I'm most excited when I have to talk to men. I want you guys to be more participating. Get involved in the Men's Week. I do it every month. I know this is something new, so don't worry about it. Just watch the restream. And with that being said, I am your host, Charles Chambliss. This is another stream of Let's Talk About It. Salute to you guys. I know you can do it. I know you will do it. All right? Become the best versions of yourself. That's what this year is all about. Transform yourselves within the next 90 days, the next 3 months. All right? With that being said, man, again, I'm your host, Charles Chambliss. Another stream of Let's Talk About It. And we are out. Have a good night, soldiers.